Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about a topic, the project stakeholder management. Friend, today's topic is very interesting and very important with respect to project management, especially if you are a student of PMP and you are planning to give exam of project management in near future. So this is a very important and interesting topic for you. So let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start, friend. Project stakeholder management. This is basically project stakeholder management. This is a topic which we have taken from the PMBOK guide, project management body of knowledge. Project stakeholder management is basically a knowledge area as per definition of the PMBOK guide, project management body of knowledge. And this is the book which is defined and issued by PMI, Project Management Institute, the non-profit based US based organization who is basically issuing the certificates of PMP as well. So now what is project stakeholder management? First of all, we have to understand the stakeholder concept. If you just see the term stakeholder, so that means stakeholder means any person who has a positive or negative interest in a project, he is called as stakeholder. Many times it happens that whenever you are initiating any project, most of the people have positive interest, but sometimes few people has negative interest as well in the project. So stakeholder means a person who has positive or negative interest in a project, he is called as stakeholder. Now project stakeholder management is a fundamental part of any project. They initiate the project, identify project requirements, model project processes, estimate the project outcomes, and declare project success. Each stakeholder has its own sets of functions in a project. Therefore, a project manager should establish their roles and responsibilities as well. Basically, friend, as a project manager, we have to manage the stakeholder. Now what does that mean by actually manage this stakeholder? Basically, friend, whenever we are implementing projects, so there are so many stakeholders in a project, like for example, project manager from customer side, functional managers, technical leads, procurement managers, production team, technical persons, QA analyst, business analyst. So many stakeholders are there in a project, and each and every person has their own interest and their own mindset actually. So as a project manager, we have to identify, first of all, identify the stakeholders, their preferences, their strengths, their weaknesses, their influence, and we must have to know that how we have to manage those stakeholders as well. So first thing, project stakeholder management is the stakeholder identification. That means we have to identify the stakeholder roles and usually outline in one of the first project document as stakeholder register. For that, that means basically we have to make a stakeholder register that will definitely includes that what is the name of the stakeholder, what is the role, what is the power, what is the influence of the stakeholder. So basically this type of all the things we have to define in the stakeholder register. That is basically the called as stakeholder identification. Main process is that we have to identify the stakeholder, like this stakeholder is very powerful, this stakeholder is not so much powerful, this stakeholder has a positive interest, this stakeholder has a negative interest. So basically, first of all, first thing first, we have to identify the stakeholder. Then stakeholder engagement planning. Stakeholder engagement planning means that making a list of stakeholders and estimating their impact on a project, their roles and responsibilities. That we must have to know that what is the role. Like for example, project sponsor is the most important stakeholder in a project. So you must have to know that who is project sponsor, what are their roles, what are their responsibilities, what are the level of impact on the project, and how you can engage them, or what is the planning technique you will engage them. Then stakeholder engagement management actually, that involve identification and meeting expectations of the stakeholder. For example, if they have enough tools to accomplish parts of the project, what project problems they might face in the future, and others. Basically, friend, that means basically you have to manage the stakeholder engagement. Engagement means that, for example, project, you must have to know that what is the expectation of the project sponsor, what are the expectation of the functional manager, what are the expectations of the procurement manager. So you must have to know the expectations, what are their requirements, and you have to behave, you have to act proactively according to that. Remember friend, project manager should have to always be a proactive person, like you must have to take the action in prior. You don't have to be a reactive person as a project manager. Then monitoring of the stakeholder engagement is about monitoring of the if the stakeholders needs were met and what they might need in the future as well. That is the concept of monitoring. Monitoring means that whatever the the things you have decided and plan as per the management stakeholder management plan, so you must have to know that how you will monitor. Like you must have to know like what were the expectations of the stakeholder, either these expectations we are meeting or not. If we are not meeting those expectations, so we must have to take the right action. We must have to take the project back on track. We must have to take the right action so that you can meet the expectations of the stakeholders. This is also a very important point. So monitoring of the stakeholder engagement is also very necessary, and monitoring and controlling as well. If you need to take any action so that you can meet the expectations of the stakeholders, so we must have to take it accordingly. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you.